Hope Solo takes aim at Sweden after US women are ousted. Rio de Janeiro. Hope Solo stood in front of the American net on Friday afternoon, desperately needing to block a shot. She had been the target of derision from Brazilian fans from the moment the Olympics tournament began, and now she needed to rescue her teammates, who had quickly fallen behind in a penalty shootout against Sweden in a quarter-finals match in Brasilia. And Solo did step up. Guessing correctly on Sweden's third shot, she leapt to her right to swat away the ball. Now the Americans were even. Moments later, Solo nearly blocked another shot, which would have put the United States ahead. But when that ball just eluded her outstretched left hand, it became one of the last bits of agony in a disastrous afternoon for the Americans. Christen Press missed the next shot for the United States, Lisa Dahlqvist converted for Sweden, and, just like that, the United States was out of an Olympics tournament it had captured the last 3 times it was staged. It was a stunning ending for the American women, who only a year ago had captured the World Cup to great acclaim and then been honored with a ticker-tape parade in Manhattan. On Friday, they dominated play against a team no one thought was their match, and yet, after 90 minutes of regulation and 30 minutes of overtime, all they could show for their efforts was a 1-1 tie. Then came the shootout, and the Americans were done. Or just beginning, depending on who was doing the talking after the game. Solo, whose flippant Twitter posts last month about the Zika virus had led to the jeers she encountered here, had trouble containing herself when she spoke to reporters. After praising her teammates for tying the game in the 75th minute, saying it showed a lot of heart, she ripped into the Swedes, saying they had played like a bunch of cowards. "The best team did not win today," she added. "I strongly and firmly believe that." Solo's gripe was that Sweden, under the guidance of Pia Sundhage, had sat back for much of the game, content to let the Americans push the action. But Sundhage had good reason to take that approach. She had coached the American team through the 2012 Olympics, knew that it was faster and generally more talented than her group, and that it would be best for her players to defend, be patient and look for a chance to counterattack. That opportunity came in the 61st minute when a clever series of passes created a breakaway for Sweden's Stina Blackstenius, who drove the ball past Solo and into the right corner of the net for a 1-0 lead. With the pressure now building on the Americans, coach Jill Ellis summoned Megan Rapinoe, the astute playmaker, who had sat out for 8 months after ripping up her knee before finally playing 30 minutes on Monday against Colombia. But Rapinoe could contribute little. And when the United States finally did tie the score, it was with a bit of luck, with a pass from Tobin Heath striking a Swedish defender in the face and bouncing right toward Alex Morgan, who quickly drilled it home. Then came overtime, and in the 115th minute Carly Lloyd, so often the American hero in recent years, headed the ball past Swedish goalie Hedvig Lindahl for what looked to be the game winner. "Offside," said the referees. A minute later, Lotta Schellin scored for Sweden. Offside was the ruling again. Neither ruling may have been correct, but they had the effect of cancelling each other out. The shootout quickly followed. Morgan, going first for the United States, had her shot blocked. Lindsey Horan, Lloyd, and Morgan Bryan all beat Lindahl, but Press faltered, floating the ball over the net, which left Solo to figure out a way to block one more shot, and keep the shootout going. A year ago, in the World Cup semi-final against Germany, Solo had stalled before a penalty kick, hoping to unsettle the German player who was taking the shot. When the shot was eventually taken, it went wide, and the Americans went on to win. Now Solo tried to stall again. She fiddled with her gloves and then changed them. She took her time, making Dahlqvist wait. But as with everything else with the American team, what seemed to work in 2015 didn't on Friday. Dahlqvist beat Solo easily and it was over. "I'm incredibly disappointed," Ellis said. "I told the players that there is no way to remove the pain they are feeling, but that there will always be a next game." Which left Sundhage to offer her thoughts. So many key Americans, Solo, Lloyd, Morgan, Rapinoe, had prospered under her. Solo had been her goalie in previous shootouts with everything on the line.